Let the show begin.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
God protect us. Make yourselves a move.
Time for retribution!
Shine down.
The weather is lovely and warm. Things are about to start getting lively again. Hey!
Illusion shattered! Ha!
Grow, grow, grow! Everyone hold hands! Go for let's dance!
Shine down! Ha!
I see everything! The weather is lovely and warm. Things are about to start getting lively again.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Another
Everyone's
lesson
okay?
with more. Taste my burn!
The wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test subject.
One quick slice.
There is no escape!
Let the show begin.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Cut down. Like this. One strike will suffice.
This may hurt a little.
Taste my flavor. Take this.
Illusion shattered!
Committed to memory. I'll protect us.
Ready. You win this battle.
Let's dance.
Cheap tricks.
There is no escape!
Time for retribution. Free. And over. One strike will suffice.
Everyone hold hands.
Fall.
Shine down!
Burn. And over. I'm ready. Cut down.
This may hurt a little.
I'm ready.
Hey, I'll protect us.
This will
Illusion
do.
shattered!
Fall before me.
There is no escape!
Take this.
Absurd!
You win this.
Another
Everyone
test
hold
subject.
hands. Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready.
Oh, no. Oh,
Freeze!
Torn to oblivion.
Fall before me.
The wrong test subject. Freeze!
hey.
One strike will suffice.
Freeze!
Go, Barbara, go.
The wrong test subject.
Oh. Everyone hold hands. Let the show begin.
Freeze!
Fall before me.
Hey.
You win. Twice. This.
Go, Barbara, go. Everyone hold hands.
One more.
Go, Barbara, go.
Keep tricking. The wrong test subject.
Fall before me.
Freeze!
Take this.
Another test subject.
One strike.
I'll protect us.
Illusion shattered.
It's over. Fall before me.
The wrong test subject.
Cut down. Like
Shine down.
fall before me. Fall before me. Taste my blade.
Illusion shattered.
Take this.
Grow, grow, grow. Yeah. Yeah.
Fall before me.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no escape.
It's over.
Committed to memory. Let's dance.
You win this battle.
I see everything. Oh, no!
Illusion shattered.
Keep going. Everyone hold hands. Yeah. 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 I see everything. Let the show begin. Everyone hold hands.
The show's about to start.
There is no escape! Ha!
Everyone hold hands!
Shine down!
Let's dance! Hi! Ouchie! Hi!
We'll need more where that came from.
There is no escape!
Looks like it's about time for us to meet up with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked. Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely can't imagine any of the Adepti looking like that. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer. As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can, I've been in Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However... Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now. Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic. Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
There's still a long road ahead.
Drop!
A reward on the road.
I've been waiting for you. Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals. True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more traveling? Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue! You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there! Quick, swim to the very center!
What is going on?
How do you feel right now?
Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it. Okay, fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music. But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry.
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons.
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything. Oh, is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
It's... a kind of a happy or relaxing sound. Or, a nerve-wracking sound. Or even a terrifying one.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful, thanks!
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music. The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
Oh, Paimon wasn't quite done with the description. Okay, fine, it's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
Oh, and a melody is?
Hey, don't you patronize Paimon! Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but Paimon does not sing on demand without payment. Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Oh, was that?
Mm-hmm. That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day. So that's the power of music.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep! Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our life squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs, and a few other things come to mind too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks, the little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops, the tunes of folk artists performing on the streets. Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like, okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses. But at the very least, Keqing and Shenhe are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am. Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Thank you, everyone.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please, I've planted many types of flowers.
You are...
Nonsense. I have cultivated and cared. I will save some for decoration. We can feast
Then, thank you in advance.
Do people say...
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she, even after being chastised once already? Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further. One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Is this Quaily Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her? Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gathering. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Seagazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, When it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor One was content to let him. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he—
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless—
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, "Ah, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me?" Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, "Once you two are done arguing." She always sought to make everyone happy. And one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to one as,
You... Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex, who would dare snub the Stove God and his wondrous creations? Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Precisely. So, as you can see, even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points. We would drink together. Streetwood Rambler.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping.
Oh. Or... Are you saying...
Alas, long as one should have guessed that... No matter. In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing.
What? You have loads of friends!
Just because one is not ignorant of social... But in the end, one is back when they were rivals. That cleansing bell was...
Wait! That's weird. Didn't Madame Ping's... And she also said something...
Streetward Rambler. That bell has a sad history. As for her old... As soon as Streetward after all, we all...
Whoa! So they were talking in secret...
Enough of your intrusion. The cleansing bell is but Streetward Rambler did... The two once clashed. Once upon a time, music would go from many years past before... Which brings one...
But... If
One was also in response, though the strings that...
Aww.
I just remember being taken care. Although I met Guizhang of...
Guizhang was... Had you not decided to search... As of now, do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean... Ping might find...
Precisely.
If I may be so...
Oh?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for... But this doesn't bring someone as Though these immortal... No loss can... Ping has helped countless people. Though it is heartbreaking to lose...
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about Adam... When we get back...
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time.
Is not every lantern...
I disagree.
Very well, then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting. Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there, and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the Sea of Glaze Lilies?
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
We'll need more where that came from.
Whoa! Madame Ping? And Cloud Retainer?
It appears you made...
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precise?
'Cause you're the one who's...
Street word. One, given that land...
Huh? So, this all Cloud Retainer and...
Ah, what a long time ago that was. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this...
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. After all, although Guizhong did... Once upon a time, but as she marveled. She told us with the smallest and a human.
She always had that her mechanical...
Speaking of
Of course.
As Guizhong once said, it takes when I see the sight...
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
Of all...
Liyue Harbor.
Oh, yeah! We've been dying... Oh, also...
I can make arrangements right...
Oh... It's been a long time, and there was a period of time whenever I started strumming. It almost felt like she would, no matter how much time...
So the past still...
Oh, but that is not to say that grief, despite the sadness... Just look at this potted plant.
It takes an honest...
Be that as it may.
Well...
Granny! Whoa, what's everyone doing here?
Oh,
That well, in that case...
Happy Lantern Rep. I will leave Mr. Dvorak.
Huh?
It seems Ganyu still...
What a pity.
Since it's been so...
Gladly.
When you next see the
You got it, Matt!
Thank you all. As for that melody...
Wow!
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be
Alright, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news. Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuchin's here too! Thanks for helping set all of this up.
Welcome back.
Really, really well. We found the person, Mr. Dvorak.
I see. So that certainly explains...
Huh. That's a really interesting first...
I have to say, though...
Oh, Paimon, but straight word...
Madam Ping possessed...
Yep, Kuching summed it...
I think... that can wait until after the concert, though.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Paimon has a...
Wait, are you serious? Oh no. Okay. Nope. Another rehearsal's in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Before we set off on our search...
Please, share your insights with me.
Music is... What?
It's...
Wait, does that...
Mm-hmm. As long as everyone enjoys the festival act, happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
Whew. Paimon feels like she's forget... shoot! Late Zhang Li said he wasn't in it anyway.
All right, let's take a break here.
Oh wow, look who it is!
So you just casually
We have all this
invisible.
Gotta say, Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got. Come on, what's wrong? They're one with my word. We'll take the stage by storm.
For sure!
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Huh. Guess we'll just have to.
Oh, Zhongli.
It's a real pity that he could.
Yeah, that's right. To tell the truth, though.
I can speak to that.
And jump scares.
Actually, Xinyan.
Sure thing. Oh, Traveler in Paimon. When you see Zhongli, you should join us too.
Okay, everyone. I think that.
Miss Yoon.
Well, you were desperate to get involved, and this is what it takes. If I gave you half the chance, you'd be sipping tea till nightfall.
Hey. We could always just. No.
This realm is If you ever have
Ad Astra.